both coaches. We will start the opening ceremony with the announcements and lineups at 10 minutes. 5 minutes when the clock has 10 minutes of the scoreboard. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kgjs Stadium on the campus of Patrick Henry High School for the 2005 CIF San Diego Section Toyota Girls Division III Soccer Championship game between the Lady Dons of University of San Diego High School, the #1 seed in the playoffs, against the Lady Islanders of Coronado High School, who was seeded #2.
Yeah, she's sitting just about where the red guy is, red shirt right there.
I don't have his name anywhere. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to be in front of the rest of the day, so you...
For the starting lineups, first for the visiting Lady Islanders from Coronado High School, #1, Kgjs. #2, Ashley Kopp, the captain. #3, Rachel Toe. #5, Kelly Walsh. #6, Alex Vito. #7, Sasha Vito. #8, Ashley Walsh. #10, Marissa Nagler. #12, Maureen Mulvey. #15, Kendall Caldwell. And #16, Colleen Burns. The head coach of the Lady Islanders is Miles Ramirez, assisted by Rich Kgjs. Remaining players on the Lady Islanders team is #4, Katie Farrar, #9, Megan Mushevic, #11, Aaron Buss, #13, Callie Caldwell, #14, Greer Goebbels, #17, Vanessa De La Garza, #18, Leah Hathaway, and #19, Rosie Harris. Now for the Lady Dons of the University of San Diego High School. #1, Jill Medigovic. #3, Kelly Detterman. #4, Jessica Gaskin. #5, Shayla Williams. #7, Natalie Vinty. #9, Emily Wynn. #11, and the captain, Megan Fogarty. #12, Lauren Bogart. #14, Jenny Jarvie. #16, Jasmine Namdar. And #20, Alex Sita. The remaining Lady Dons, #0, Soja Alexander. #2, Courtney Goodson. #6, Sarah Gumbar. #8, Emily Wingle. #10, Paige Haley. #13, Molly O'Toole. #15, Jamie Ross. And #19, Betsy pledge allegiance.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Patrick Henry High School. We're just about to start the Division III Girls Championship game for the San Diego section of CIF. I'm Ken Gonzalez alongside my partner Justin Sisko for George Langevin Productions. And there's the whistle, and we're just underway. This match between the University of San Diego High School Lady Dons and the Coronado High School Lady Islanders. And Justin, what do you think we're going to expect here today?
Well, you have a matchup between probably the two most storied schools right now in girls soccer in San Diego. You have the Uni Dons that have basically won the Western League every year in the last 5 years since the new millennium started. And you have a tough squad from Coronado High School that has won last year's championship and has been to the finals 4 times in the last 5 years. So I expect a tough matchup with some great play.
Well, things just underway here in the first half. Nice artificial surface here at Patrick Henry High School.
Absolutely a beautiful facility. I'd be pretty excited. I'm sure a lot of these girls are to play on a field that's this nice, kind of caters to their game.
And we've got a free kick here for the Dons. Number 15, Jamie Ross. She's going to attack the net, and coming out, though, for Coronado is the keeper, Jamie Kgjs. Jamie's a senior this year, so playing in her final high school game.
Final high school game, but she will be attending the University of Nebraska next year to play soccer. Clegg was the Western Player of the Year, and she has definitely put it together. Going to be a tough goalkeeper today.
A little different climate to play soccer in out in Nebraska as compared to San Diego.
Yeah, actually, if you kick it too far, it could go into a cornfield, and you have to run in there and get your ball. So, gotta be careful out there.
And the ball goes out here on the near side. Last touch by Don's number 12, Lauren Bogart. Lauren, a junior this year. And the Islanders will bring the ball back the other way. No score. Last year, Coronado defeated Uni 2-1 in overtime. And it's a little early to say now, but we might see the same results here today as far as the length of the game.
Well, these teams are extremely evenly matched, playing twice already this year. There was a 0-0 tie in the first matchup. Then the Dons were able to pull out a 2-1 victory in Jamie Clegg's only game where she gave up multiple goals. So I would expect this one to come down to the wire again, Ken.
And we'll have a free kick here on the near side. Look how far out the keeper has come to take it here. Kind of long shot there, and it's going to be a little bit wide. They're not able to get a good shot on the goal, and the keeper, Jill Medigovic, makes the stop. Header there as the ball moves into the middle of the field. And now let's see if the Islanders can attack the net now. They want to move out back towards midfield again as they come around, but the ball taken away. Number 14 for the Dons, Jenny Jarvie, with a nice defense, taking it away from the Islanders. That was number 7, Sasha Vito.
One of the Vito sisters out here.
Little collision there. And now it's the Dons moving from right to left. Number 9, Megan Mushovich. And Megan's going to run out of room here. And that ball roll out across the back line.
Not enough real estate. She was kind of pushing it a little too hard, and nobody on the Coronado High School gave up the angle there. So protecting their studly goalkeeper, Jamie Clegg's, and forcing the University of San Diego to go out of bounds.
It's a goal kick for Coronado. Nice strong kick coming up towards midfield. And there's number 16 for the Islanders, Jasmine Namdar.
Ooh, just a little long with that pass. It was a good idea, though.
Emily Wynn, number 9 over there on the far side. Senior midfielder here for the... Actually, that's University of San Diego. My apologies. Megan Mishovich for Coronado, number 9.
So far, it seems teams are fairly evenly matched. Both have had it in each other's zones a little bit. Pretty good sharp passing. And you can tell that one team, I don't think, is dominant over the other. They both can get it down the field, and they both can defend. So it should be a good matchup today.
Both of these squads like to get the ball into the middle of the field, spread things out, work with the entire field. A little collision there. Number 9 hitting the ground for the Dons. That was Emily Wynn. And the Islanders come back now the other way. Number 11 for the Dons. Oh, Megan Fogarty steals the ball. It's kind of one touch and you're done here, Justin, right now. Nobody really coming up with a nice offensive strategy so far. They're unable to do much with the ball as the defenses for each of these squads has been up to the challenge today. That kick high into the air and over the bar. So that's about as close as we've come so far to a score here in the first half.
You're going to have to do a little better than that to beat Kgjs, though. I mean, that was a nice shot, but you're going to have to work it around. You're going to have to pick your spots, and you're going to have to definitely get a good look at the goal with Kgjs off balance.
It seems like it was a little early. That shot, she could have come in deep.
Well, I think it's important to continue to get the pressure on. I mean, you do want to get some shots on goal, even if they're ill-advised. Never know what can happen out there. A deflection, a tip ball might kick off the other direction.
But actually, that ball was close to finding its way into the net. It was just a little high. And now for Coronado on the far side, Marissa Nagler, number 10. Wanted to take an angle towards the net, but has to bring it back out. There's a shot on goal right there. Jill Medigovic, the keeper, just a junior. In fact, they don't have any senior keepers on this University of San Diego High School team, Justin.
No, they do not. So next year, they will have a little consistency back in the box as Medigovic will continue digging it out of there.
Ball is out on the far side. Islanders put the ball back into play. Miles Ramirez, the head coach, barking out some orders over there on the sideline.
Miles Ramirez has had a heck of a career here with Coronado. Unfortunately, this will be his last game in his career as he is going to be calling it quits, leaving behind a dynasty of sorts.
Coach of the Year 2004.
More impressively, he's been to 4 finals in 5 years. And it looks like his team, who is fairly young, is poised to come back and be competitive in years to come. It's always got to be nice for the next coach coming in, you know, taking over some talent that's very well groomed, well coached, disciplined. You don't have to do too much.
Islanders have won 78 games in 4 years. It's quite a few.
That's a lot. Figure they have some talented seniors with Kopp going to Pepperdine next year, and of course we already mentioned Kgjs going to the University of Nebraska. So they definitely have some talent. They have some girls that can play some soccer.
Islanders trying to get that ball as it moves into the middle. The Dons with a little bit of a mistake there as they allowed the Islanders to take control, or nearly take control of the ball there in the middle of the field, but the white jerseys rebounded and were able to clear it away as the ball goes out here right at midfield. And it still belongs to the Islanders as number 15, Kendall Caldwell, junior defender. Will wait to put the ball into play, and a little discussion on the far side between the referee and the Islanders side.
You know, I gotta think that comes down to Miles Ramirez getting in his ear a little bit, letting him know how this game's gonna play out.
Oh. Ball comes in. Let's see if the Islanders can do something here. If they take their time, we'll get a whistle, and that penalty will go against the Dons. That wasn't a real cordial move right there, was it? by the Dons as the ball rolls out here on the near side.
It's all about getting in their head, kid. Don't let them feel like they have the advantage at any point, you know?
And it's Ashley Kopp here who will take this direct free kick. The captain of this squad centers it high into the air. It's just a little bit long. Kgjs. Ball over on the far side and goes out. But again, the Islanders keeping the pressure down here on this end of the field. In fact, we haven't seen Jimmy Kgjs in a few minutes.
I think that's the way that the Islanders would prefer it, to keep the pressure on the Dons all day and see if they can't wear them down and get some good opportunities, maybe get Kopp loose to give it the old one-timer.
Not this time, as the Dons will throw the ball away on the goal kick as the ball goes out across the back line. Again, just underway, just about into the 11th minute of this championship match here at Patrick Henry High School, the 5th of March, 2005. A little overcast here today as we've experienced a lot of rain in the past week. But as we're on an artificial surface, probably not going to be much of a difference there out there.
No. That's the nice thing about artificial grass, is that it stays pretty consistent no matter what the weather is.
Probably the only good thing about artificial surface, really.
The new surface is not bad. It's the blades are individual. It's kind of soft, and they have like a rubber underlying mat that gives it some cushion. You should try it out sometime. You're old school though. You prefer
I've
that
played on
grass
old
and
turf
dirt,
before,
yeah.
and it's really harsh.
Well, that's AstroTurf. This isn't AstroTurf.
This is San Diego. You should be playing on real grass. That's all I'm saying. Now here come the Dons moving down the near sideline. Number 9, Emily Nguyen. Now she holds things up. Nice little change of direction there. Gets away for the defender. Long crossfield pass. I think just a little bit too long. She wanted to center it, and it'll go out on the other side untouched. She had Natalie Vinti there.
She gave her the old shake and bake. Absolutely broke the ankles of the Dons defender, or I'm sorry, the Islanders defender, and left a wake of destruction before she ended up kicking out of bounds. But that was some fancy footwork there. Nice move. What do they say? A $100 move, 10-cent finish?
Is that what it is? Well, it's the Islanders who will put the ball into play from the far side. And we'll see if the Dons can intercept this soccer ball here and keep the action here on the left side of the field. Maybe put some pressure on Kgjs.
Kind of an oxymoron. Do you really think Kgjs feels pressure?
She hasn't seen it yet here today. This is a championship game, and if you don't have butterflies to this one, you never will, you know?
Exactly. At this point, though, you should have settled down. Things should start to kind of get into the groove of how they're going to look for most of the game.
Just as the Dons try to make a move. Too many green jerseys there for the Islanders. They clear it away from the net. Jenny Jarvie, number 14. And did we have a whistle before that? Kgjs sent it downfield.
Just a natural-looking athlete out there. I mean, smooth, fluid, got a great leg.
Natalie Vinti, number 7, battling for the ball in between a couple of Islanders there on the far side. Now the ball rolls down the far sideline. Jarvie up against number 2, Ashley Kopp. And Ashley Kopp does enough as she gets some help on that far side, and they take the ball away. And here come the Islanders. A little push in the back there. She's going to get away with it. Number 3 for the Islanders, Rachel Poe. Just enough.
Nothing but a love tap.
As the Lady Dons player was going up for the header, she got a little push in the back. This is a championship game. Maybe the referees are going to swallow their whistles here today.
You have to assume, I mean, these girls have gotten here playing their style of game. Both are talented. A little physical play never hurt anybody. Well, depends how physical it is.
Here on the near side, ball will go out. Number 4 for the Lady Dons, Jessica Gaskin, senior midfielder into the game. And
Oh my God, come on.
the ball ball's retrieved, and there's quite a few little puddles here around the track, and obviously was a little wet.
Shyla Williams, having no regard for her uniform, used it as a towel to clean the ball off.
A white uni. Again, Gaskin will set up the free kick here on the near side. Let's see if she attacks the net or just centers the ball. Centered. Again, too many green jerseys keeping the Lady Dons out, and there's a left-footed kick towards the net, and it's going to be wide, and will wind up right into the hands of Jamie Kgjs. We've gone to the 15th minute here, no score. Nobody even close to scoring at this point.
There was that wild attempt by the Dons earlier in the game. That was probably the closest look we've had yet at even an attempt on goal, really. Nothing's even...
Definitely going to be a defensive struggle here today. These teams in and out of championship games over the last 10 years or so, they know how to play.
Absolutely. Nothing new to these teams. I mean, I think it would be more interesting if they were at home right now because they have not seen that kind of action in a while. Great stop by Kgjs.
Well, he's going about our business here. Number 9 for the Dons, Emily Wynn, needed some help. She was surrounded by Islanders there. Maybe she should have held up and waited for the reinforcements to arrive.
Waiting for her entourage to show up.
And now they're getting physical over there on the far side. Ball goes out. They say it belongs to the Lady Dons.
You gotta feel like Kopp's looking for that call. I mean, she's a captain, big-time player in girls' high school soccer. You'd expect her to get a little favoritism out there, possibly. She's a name.
Well, this is one of those sports that they actually follow the rules. It's not like the NBA where
There's no Michael
if you have a name, you get to travel, you get to foul people underneath, you get to climb all over people, you know. It happens.
I've been jaded. I take that back. Call it like it is.
Exactly. Throw comes in, centered nicely. Oh, number 7 had gotten in deep. Natalie Venti, Justin, and she just misfires there.
Ashley Walsh did a heck of a job blocking her out. She got her body on her. Didn't quite let her get around to get in position to head that thing in, and she saved Kgjs there because that could have definitely been a goal.
And the way these teams play, that could have been the winning goal.
Yeah. Just takes one, that's for sure.
I mean, there aren't going to be too many. They played to a 0-0 tie, like you said, a 2-1 victory for the Dons. Last year, they played in this same championship game, 2-1 score. So, you know, we're not going to look at a 7-2 blowout or anything here today.
Absolutely not. Both teams are just too well coached. I mean, Dawn Lee in her 7th year has seen her share of CIF championships.
Islanders having a little more difficulty now in the last few minutes of getting the ball in towards the net. Looks as though the Lady Dons defense has straightened things out here. Islanders getting in front of the ball. Number 13, Callie Caldwell. Caldwell now moves towards the back line. The ball's going to roll out on the near side. It won't be a corner kick. Caldwell will have to put the ball into play. Callie, just a freshman playing here in the championship game.
Expect good things from her in the future. Going to be a 4-year starter for the Islanders. It's got to excite them.
Now there's a battle with her back towards the net. Number 3, Rachel Poe. Didn't really have anywhere to go there. She should have come outside with the ball.
They were made pass back, try to set something up. I think that you can kind of fall in love with forcing the action sometimes when you get that close. You think you need to get a shot on goal rather than work it around again. Sometimes a ball reversal can get you that opportunity that you're looking for.
And the goal kick for the Lady Dons. Short of midfield. And the Lady Islanders keep the ball here on the right side. Kopp Kopp tries a little touch pass upfield, but not quite sure who that was over there, but just couldn't catch up to the ball.
I think it's a good sign for the Islanders right now that Kopp's starting to impose her will a little bit. She's definitely shown up in the last few minutes all around the field, and hopefully she'll get her teammates involved a little bit and get going down the field. Give them an opportunity to take it at Kgjs.
You like that name, don't you?
It's a great name. I don't think there's a better soccer name I've heard.
Lady Dons. Now they move from right to left. Number 9 again. Emily Wynn. Emily's been all over the field here in the first half so far. We're about midway through. Coming up on the 20th minute.
She's a tigress, man. She does not quit. Is that Wynn again?
Yes, it was. Number 9 with the header. And now she's trying to come back to the ball and attack. Her teammate, Megan Fogarty, captain here on this squad, doing everything she can to keep the Islanders off balance.
Tell you what, Wynn's going to have to get one of those oxygen masks on the sideline here in a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the San Diego section of the CIF wishes to thank
Humber
our
full of Red
statewide
Bull, man.
sponsors,
She's
Herb Jones Award
Kelly Caldwell.
and Macy's for their generous support of high school
Ball comes in.
throughout California. Locally,
Little push
we thank
again there
the following.
in the
Toyota
back, that time by
Mercedes
Fogarty.
County as the title sponsor for all boys and girls playoff games.
And number 5 for the Islanders, Kelly Walsh.
Award patch provider.
Just can't control the ball as it comes down and goes out. Belongs to the Lady Dons.
The Kukulski Brothers, the official souvenir provider. Ranch Catering. Pepsi Bottling Group. RestoreClassics.com. The Soccer Post. And the San Diego Hall of
Now as the
Fame.
Lady Dons move into the middle of the field, that's number 14, Jenny Jarvie. She changed direction twice. Decides to go upfield. And he had some Islanders there. And we'll get a whistle, and it was a penalty on the Lady Dons, and so the Islanders will have the free kick just below midfield.
The Islanders definitely happy to be here. They had a little bit of injury problem earlier this season with Maureen Mulvey and Aaron Buss coming up with some serious ankle injuries, but they will be available for this game thanks to trainer Connie Martinez doing her holistic healing magic. Speaking of holistic healing magic, this is Patrick Henry High School where the new and improved Ricky Williams went to school. Of course, he is now a certified holistic healer in Grass Valley.
Will he ever play the NFL again? Maybe.
Possibly. Once he realizes that he has to pay back $8.6 million, he might, I don't know, therapeutic massage is going to quite fit the bill for that one.
That's a very wet ball that's put back into play. You saw it there, just sat in that pond that they've got here on the outer edges of the track.
Most fields don't have a moat.
This one does. The Patriots like it that way here at Patrick Henry.
Sure as people won't break into the field at night and
Hopefully there's no crocodiles in that moat.
liven the game up a little bit.
Plagues.
Nebraska has to be excited to be getting a talent like this because she is one of the better soccer players I have seen in quite some time.
Now here come the Islanders making their move, but Rachel Poe has the ball taken away at the last second. If she would have gotten past that defender, she would have had a clear shot right on goal in front of Kgjs.
I think Kgjs would have been sweating on that one. Poe was hard charging, but a beautiful slide tackle by one of the Dons' defensive players leads to a breakup of a breakaway.
And as the ball is out here on the near side, Kelly Dieterman, senior, gets the ball into play as it moves into the middle of the field. And again, the Islanders clear it out. So again, the Dons unable to take a shot on goal. Ball nearly safe from going out. Finally does. Again, off of the Islanders' number 3, Rachel Poe.
I think you can tell well-coached teams and teams that are athletically talented by the fact that both these teams bend a little bit you can get into their zone for a little while, but you never can break them. You don't actually get a very good look at the goal. They're not giving up, weak side lob passes that break down the defense. I mean, they're well coached, they're well conditioned, and in order to score, you're going to have to be precise, and you're going to have to really work for it, that's for sure.
The Islanders want to try to set something up as they spread the field wide open here in a collision. Poe goes down, and number 5 for the Dons doesn't believe it, Shayla Williams.
She seemed in disbelief there that the contact that was made was any kind of penalty.
I think the problem there was that the contact was made well before anybody had control of the ball. You know, those tough calls the referee has to make every now and then.
Well, you know, one person's not going to be happy and one person's going to feel justified.
It's good.
That kick will soar right through the goalposts.
That doesn't count.
I'll tell you what, if Coronado was looking for a field goal kicker, they may have found it with Cobb.
That team may need one, too.
She's going to Pepperdine. Does Pepperdine even have a football team?
I know they have a basketball team.
That they do.
Very good one.
I believe Paul Westfall is the coach.
Good baseball squad, too.
Absolutely. Every year they seem to find a way into the College World Series.
Much better than the local college baseball team here, the San Diego State Aztecs. Just going through a woeful season so far.
Yeah, they definitely are struggling, my alma mater. Kind of letting me down. It looked like they were going to put it together. They had the first year Tony Gwynn came in, they had a pretty solid season, but since then have kind of had some tough times.
Ball moves over to the far side now. So the Islanders tried down the middle, tried the near side. Now let's see if their strategy moves them over to their side of the field. But so far they've been unable to break the defense of the Lady Dons.
Just too many bodies for the Dons getting back. They just continue to swarm over on the defensive end, suffocating this Islanders offense.
You look at some of these scores, even earlier this year, 2-1 victory for the Dons over the Islanders. Last year, the Islanders over the Dons, 2-1 in the championship game. It's like, how did 3 goals get scored? Is really what I want to know.
Maybe it was in a shootout in overtime, because I don't see it here.
Ball still in play, or is it on that far side? No, we had a whistle.
I think the Islanders at this point would be better served finding Kopp and letting her try to matriculate her way downfield as to break apart the Dons' defense, because she appears to have the speed to create some mismatches against the Dons' defense. Maybe she can kick it to a wing and set them up for a good look.
I think what they were trying to do just a few minutes ago was use Kopp as a bit of a decoy and try to get Walsh involved. And it looks like they've gone away from that strategy.
Well, this is the biggest game of the year. Well, for many of these players, they won't play in a bigger game. It's not maybe not time for the decoy yet. Maybe it's give it to your star and let her do what she's done all season long, which is get you to this point.
Again, the ball into the water. Islanders, though, used to being surrounded by water, of course, over there in Coronado. Ball put into play on the far side again. This time, the Dons moving the ball upfield. They don't want to try any long crossfield passes, either of these teams. It's not going to serve them very well.
If anything, I think it'll finally open the door for the other team's offense to move the ball and get a good look on goal.
These two squads aren't going to make too many mistakes. That's one thing.
And I see that in the coaching style, is that they both play it conservative enough that they allow the other team to make the mistake. I'm sure all season long, have allowed teams to get frustrated, to try to do more than they're capable of, which leads to in any sport, usually scoring opportunities for the better team.
Throw comes in, controlled by the Lady Dons. Now they try a center pass in. A lot of traffic there. White jerseys, green. There's a shot towards the goal. And again, maybe taken just a little too soon there. And again, it's the Dons breaking out of that Islander defense. They don't get very far again. It's been the story of the half here today. Collision is number 8 for the Dons. Emily Lingval hits the ground.
Freshman Collie Caldwell. Caldwell's mixed it up nicely today. I think they have to like her aggressive physical play. As just a freshman, she definitely is not intimidated.
No. And now the Islanders moving the ball well into the middle of the field and cleared away. Nice header. Coronado's number 6, Alex Vito, now getting in on the action. Ball over on the far side. In the water yet again. That ball's going to be waterlogged here.
Interesting facilities here. I mean, they're beautiful. Then you have Lake Erie around the rim.
We've had a lot of rain, so I guess there's nowhere else for it to go.
No, they might as well have held this game in Seattle, Washington, the way the last couple months has gone in Southern California. But fortunately with soccer, weather really doesn't dictate whether you play or you don't play.
Well, they don't want to play in snow, do they?
I think it'd be interesting, to be quite honest with you.
Really?
Yes.
We've seen to play outdoor basketball in the snow as well, but, you know, who wants to do it?
Throw on a couple of pair of boots, snow jacket. Anything's possible, Ken.
The free kick. Centered. Who's going to come down with it? The Lady Dons are going to have a nice shot on goal, and it's going to hit the side of the net. The Lady Dons had a golden opportunity right there, Justin. They just couldn't capitalize.
Jamie Kgjs has to be sweating after that one. That was a rifled shot. She had a good look at it, and just a little bit wide of the net.
That's what happens when you go one-on-one and you attack the keeper. You got to... Well, it doesn't matter who's back there. You've got an angle. You got a great shot, and that one just misfired, hit the back of the net. And a nice collision here on the near side. Coronado's number 13, Collie Caldwell, and is that number 8 for the Dons?
Lingval.
Emily Lingval. Emily gets up, didn't look too pleased there, really. There was no whistle. The ball just went out across that back line, and a goal kick for Kgjs.
Well, I think the Dons are finding out rather quickly that Caldwell is the enforcer of the Islanders.
I need to be a side judge.
Sun trying to break its way through. Field lightening up just a bit.
The way I see this, though, is just watching Kgjs play, watching her confidence and how smooth she is out there. She almost enjoys people trying to score on her. I mean, she, I think, is somebody who's that good that needs a little bit of challenge and action to keep her in the game.
And Islanders try to attack here on the near side. Number 7, Sasha Vito, going up against number 3, Kelly Dieterman of the Dons, and Dieterman gets the best of it. Kick high into the air. Nice header! Into the back of the net, and the Islanders have taken the lead off the corner kick. Number 12 for the Islanders, Morin Mulvey.
That is a great feeling. Mulvey, who injured her ankle earlier in the year, wasn't even sure if she was going to make it into the playoffs this year. She ends up scoring the first goal in the championship game of the Division III Finals. That is a
Maureen Mulvey, number 12.
excellent story, man. That is
Senior defender. Connie Martinez, the trainer for the Islanders, gets the assist, I think, there.
Christian Lady Islanders
That's great. I'd have to assume that everybody is feeling really good for Marine right now, who in her senior year, you don't want to see somebody lose most of their senior year due to a bad injury. And anytime you can come back in a game like this and make an impact, that is, for an athlete, one of the best feelings that you can experience. That was a great kick in, set up nicely, and Mulvey, well, she did the rest.
And I'm sure that was a shock to the Dons. And now they've got to regroup. Maybe try to get a tying score here. We're into the 34th minute here of this match. So just a few minutes to go here in the first half. And it's now 1-0 Islanders. So Coronado looking to avenge that earlier loss to this squad.
They are definitely playing hard, and that one goal can give you so much momentum.
So Miles Ramirez has to be pleased, of course, with his squad. He'd like to go out on top.
Now, if I was a coach, personally, I would say that every time I got to the championship game that I would be retiring just for the sentimental purposes to try to rally the troops.
But when your team reaches the finals just about every year, it might become a little bit of a crying wolf syndrome there. Islanders put in a play here on the near side. Maybe they can attack the net again, get another shot before the half. I'm sure that's their intention. Championship game, you don't want to settle on one goal. Maureen Mulvey back for the Islanders. And she'll bring the ball up towards midfield. A nice collision there. And we do get a whistle that time. Some of those are let go. Some of those we get a whistle on. Not quite sure what the reasoning is.
I think it's the amount of body parts that go flailing. I think when you have 3 legs and 3 arms go flailing in the screen, it's...
And then to pick out which player actually was at fault.
I think that's the second time I've seen the ref flip a coin, so...
Ball centered right down the middle of the field. Dons coming in deep. Are they going to get a shot here? Kgjs comes out, clears it away, and we get an offsides. And now pleading her case. Arguing with the referee. That's number 4. Jessica Gaskin, and now off camera. Now here we come. She's still pleading the case with the referee, but of course we won't see a reversal here, will we, Justin?
Well, I mean, Gaskin was the 2004 debate champion for the Uni Dawn.
Really?
Well, no, but she definitely was pleading her case there. She was, as they say, giving the ref the business.
Well, maybe that'll serve her well later in the game. Maybe she'll get a call that goes her way now.
I would have to assume. She definitely was not happy with Kgjs knocking her over like a bowling pin. Oh, nice cutback move.
Both of these teams have some nice footwork as that shot will be centered high into the air on the header. Just a little bit wide and come down into Kgjs' hands. That was number 7, Natalie Vinti, for the Dons with that nice move over on the far side.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Give her the old left to right crossover move, and very quick, very athletic.
Ball at midfield. And the Dons battling with the Islanders over on that far side. And for the Dons, number 3, Kelly Dieterman. Get the ball into play. Nice, strong overhead toss. And on the header goes right in the hands of Jamie Kgjs. Looks like as though Jamie knew exactly where that ball was going to go. Just a few minutes to go here in the first half. Just a few minutes to go as the official scoreboard now is stopped at 2. So we'll look to the referee for the final moments here of the first half. 1-0, the lead for the Islanders over the Dons. And there is Jill Medigovic making the stop.
Digovic.
Ball here on the near side. Ball comes across midfield. Dons trying to center. Nice little move there, a little spin move. Number 9, Emily Wynn. And that shot goes towards the net, and Kgjs with the diving deflection. Not sure if that ball would have been into the net from this angle, but Kgjs certainly isn't going to take any chances.
Absolutely not. I think she just likes to get dirty. Get down, dive, run around, jump. I mean, she's been everywhere. She's come out of the box quite far a few times. And yet I don't get the sense that that you worry when she's out that far, that she's going to pretty much take care of business.
That's one of the things you miss when you play on an artificial surface. You can't see the dirt stains and grass stains on the uniforms. You really can't tell who's diving out there, who's playing hard. You come home, it looks like you never even played a game.
You got some, got a point there. That if you're looking for the hustle factor, that it may, not show up or indicate that you've been dirty all game long because of the artificial surface. But, I mean, you figure if you're really that concerned about it, you can go roll around in a hill outside of the park, There's a lot of ways to go about it. And
the whistle by the referee, and that will signal the end of this first half. And it's the Islanders taking it to the Dons here. They have a 1-0 lead off the header by Maureen Mulvey. And Ken Gonzalez with Justin Sisko will be back with the second half in just a minute. Ken Gonzalez and Justin Sisko back for the start of the second half of this championship match. It's Division III championship game between the Coronado High School Lady Islanders and the University of San Diego High School Lady Dons. And Justin, the Islanders went in a halftime with a 1-0 lead. What do you expect the Dons to do coming out here in the second half? Are they going to get a little crazy on us, or do you think they just want to play their game?
I actually do think they are going to be more aggressive this half. I think last half they sat back a little bit too much in the defensive area. They allowed the Islanders into their zone for a little bit, but they would always seem to clear the ball. I think this time they're going to push it a little bit more. They're going to be on the attack. They're going to stay aggressive.
And we will see as the sides have switched here, and so it's the Islanders moving from right to left, and the Dons now attacking here on the right side. And we'll see if Kgjs can keep up her play here in front of the net and keep the Lady Dons off the scoreboard. Number 7, Natalie Vinti, right there again. Vinti had those couple of good little juke moves there in the first half.
Yeah, she could be very dangerous in the open field. I would hate to be one-on-one with her.
And now the Lady Dons streak down that far sideline. Upfield pass, angling towards the corner, number 12. Lauren Bogart battling for the ball. She still controls it. I don't know how they didn't go out of bounds there. The ball finally does go out across that back line. They say last touch by the Islanders. And so for the Dons, number 16, Jasmine Namdar will have the corner kick. And right off the bat, a golden opportunity for the Dons to tie this game.
Absolutely, and I really do look for Wynn or Fogarty to get themselves a little more involved, and I think Wynn was already involved.
Kgjs comes right through the pack there with her left hand and clears the ball away. And so the Dons will be turned back this time. Rachel Poe, number 3 on the far side. Rachel Poe been a little quiet here today.
She has been a little bit quiet, but again, she did have the winning goal on Wednesday versus Valhalla that catapulted the Islanders into this final matchup with the Dons.
Kgjs there. Nice strong kick. Comes up towards midfield. Not on a bounce. It's past midfield. And the Islanders, there's Poe. Poe surrounded by 3 white jerseys. The ball comes away. And University of San Diego, not exactly sure what the strategy was there. They got to start using their short passing game is what I think. They're just not going to get anywhere with these long cross-field passes.
Especially if it's just a little too far out there. Kgjs is so active outside of the box that I just don't see a way to get it down there without her coming out and stepping up and making a play. Completely agree. They need to control the ball a little bit more and see if they can't work it around and get a good look at it.
So as that ball goes out, we'll have a corner kick for the Islanders.
Again, I really did like how aggressive Wynn was in the first half, and I wouldn't be very surprised if she did not play a factor here in the second half.
Sasha Vito with the corner kick. She keeps the ball out. It's centered nicely, though, and again cleared out by number 9, Megan Mushevich. Collision there, hitting the ground. One of the Islanders players, as she was hit from behind by the keeper. Another nice stop. So 2 in a row there by Medigovic. And Medigovic holding her head as though she was injured as well. So a lot of physical activity there on the left side of the field.
Medigovic got very lucky there. I mean, she stepped out in traffic, and those are the type of things that one misstep, one deflection, one header, we're at 2-0.
And now we're going to get some medical attention as we do have these 2 players injured. Looks like number 7 for Coronado, Sasha Vito. And Medigovic, of course, the keeper for University of San Diego. And so Vito being helped off the field, and the way she's limping, we may not see her again.
Wouldn't appear that way. I don't know if Connie Martinez has any magic left. Get her back out on the field, but it looked like she might have got tangled up in there and twisted something. Hopefully it's not too bad, and we may see her again before the game's out.
Ball here on the near side. And out. And it makes you wonder if we're playing on a real surface here. These knees, these ankles wouldn't get torn apart as they do on the artificial surfaces. There's no give here.
Well, in all the games we've seen, that's the first person to really go down with any kind of leg injury. So I would say that it does have give, that I think that it's an acceptable surface to play on, and these girls are not in danger. I think that leg sprains like that, she may have just been kicked in the shin. We don't know. So, again, we'll wait to hear back and see what happened to Miss Vito.
Little trip there, and we do get the whistle. And the Lady Dons will have the free kick here. They just get things going. Let's see if they can attack the net. Again, the crossfield pass doesn't do them justice as the Islanders clear it away. Looked as though the Dons were going to come out after that free kick and slowly bring the ball upfield. Maybe pass it around a bit, but they decided to go right for the heart immediately, and the ball is cleared away.
They have to get through quite a bit of armor to get to the heart. I'll tell you that. Especially with Kgjs back there as the last line of defense. I mean, it's a tough task.
Kelly Dieterman with the toss in near deep. Cleared away by the Lady Islanders. Still in trouble, though, as the ball moves over here towards the near side. and out, and does belong to the Lady Dons, number 7, Natalie Vinti.
Another heady play by Venti.
She's very smart. She knew who had touched the ball last. Attempt on the header, number 9, and you could see her frustration, Emily Wynn. She wanted that one badly and just misfired.
Looked like one of the Islanders got a little body on to win, keeping her away from the perpetual header.
Jamie Kgjs moves over to the far side. That's where she'll have the goal kick. Hopefully we'll get to see it. And here we go. Ball at midfield over on the far side. Lady Dons now. They seem determined to put some pressure on this Lady Islanders defense here the last few minutes. Even though here it looks as though the Lady Islanders are going to bring the ball up across midfield. We had a handball there. I'm impressed with the Lady Dons here in the last few minutes. They want to attack.
Definitely have changed their game plan up a little bit, although their controlled passing is not what I thought it would be. They are at least getting some looks. They're getting some corner kicks, some throw-ins.
It just amazes me, and you know, this may not be strange, but Kgjs comes out quite a bit to take these kicks. Oh, high into the air, another collision in front. The keeper taken out of the play, but the Lady Islanders unable to capitalize on that, and we've got maybe 2 or 3 injured players in front of the net.
You see why they put Kgjs in a position like that. I mean, that kick was dead on accurate, and if not for Medigovic throwing her body around without any regard for it, I think that we would have seen another goal by the Islanders.
So Jill Medigovic, just a junior. She'll be back for more of this fun next year.
If she makes it through this game, I mean, she is not leaving anything out on the field. I tell you what, Medigovic is throwing herself around.
Free kick coming from the near side. Cleared away by the Lady Dons. That was very dangerous. That could have ended badly for the University of San Diego High School team.
They are dodging bullets all day long. I mean, the Islanders have been in their area. They have continued to put the pressure on. And what has to be kind of scary for the Dons is it's not a one-and-done type of thing for the Islanders. They're getting good looks. They're getting controlled passes, free kicks, corner kicks, and they are very, very close to scoring again.
Colleen Burns, number 16 for Coronado, on that far side, battling to come down with the ball. And as it rolls over here towards the near side, it rolls into the hands of Jill Medigovic. And that whistle looks like we got a push. And that's going to go against the Lady Dons. And the Islanders will have the free kick here just below midfield.
You know, University of Nebraska had a tough football season. Maybe they're looking for a kicker. Because, I mean, this Kgjs has
Look at that.
wicked leg.
Nice lofty kick into the air. Too much traffic there, and the Lady Dons able to take control of the ball as it goes into the hands of Medigovic.
I fully expected Medigovic to be out around the 40-yard line there, burying people into the ground. She's saying, not today. No one is going to score again on me.
And that ball rolls out of the screen and out of bounds, and we'll see. Obviously, will belong to the Lady Islanders. Kgjs will come out, and she'll have the free kick. So we had a whistle, some sort of a penalty before the ball went out against the Lady Dons.
So when you pick a nickname like the Islanders, I mean, you're definitely not looking to intimidate your opponent. Maybe create some camaraderie, trick them into thinking you're their friend, and then beating them would be one way to go about it. I would think the Fighting Islanders.
The Fighting Islanders.
Add a little teeth to it, you know?
Waiting for perhaps some substitutions going on. Hard to say. Kgjs awaits the free kick nevertheless. And we're into the 52nd minute here of this match. 1-0 Islanders over the Dons. So basically, Justin, you're saying that if you don't have a ferocious animal or an insect as your mascot, then you're just not as dangerous.
It doesn't strike fear in the opponent when the Islanders are coming to town. Now, obviously, they are a highly skilled and excellent team.
Do they lull you to sleep with a sense of security?
I think so. I think that you think that after the game you're going to go, sit underneath an umbrella and have a fruity drink and enjoy yourself. Listen to some music.
Some island music.
Exactly.
Those of us less fortunate to live on San Diego's side to put up with these strange mascot names that we've got. Valhalla, who went down to the Islanders, the Norseman. That strikes fear, I think.
If I knew what that was, yes, it would strike fear.
And so the free kick over on the far sideline. Action has calmed down just a little bit as opposed to the first half.
It has been a little bit choppy with penalties and injuries this half. I think that hopefully the pace will begin to pick up again and we can see these teams out and running and doing what they do best.
Alex Sitta, one of only two freshmen, number 19 there for the Dons. One of only two freshmen on this squad will set up that free kick. She's back into the game. The only other freshman, number 2, Courtney Coco Goodson.
Coco.
The forward midfielder.
That soccer player is all right. Good to see Coco out there.
Oh, I'm not sure she's in a game. I'm just saying that she's one of the only other freshmen on the team.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's correct. I got excited with a nickname like Coco. You would hope that she would have a permanent spot on the field.
And let's see, the ball goes out on that far side and will belong to the Lady Dons, number 12. Lauren Bogart retrieves the ball down, put into play. Bogart gets it, but the Islanders coming from behind take the ball away. And she paid for that takeaway there. She hits the ground.
Absolutely. Marissa Nagler getting in there playing some solid defense, but took a little abuse at the end of that play.
Vinty.
Another crossover.
Vinty with a nice move. Now a center pass, a header. Just another little bit of a misfire. Again, Win, number 9, upset with herself.
It does not get any better for that. I mean, Vinty with a sweet move. Jukes her defender, and then with a left-footed kick, puts it right in front of the net to a cutting Win for a potential header. Just couldn't quite finish the deal.
And a goal kick for Coronado. Number 8 for Coronado. Wanted to make a move as she tried to set up an upfield pass, Ashley Walsh, but loses her footing, and that allows the Lady Dons to get the ball back. Venti puts her body in the way, and she came down hard, and she'll grab her knee. It looks like her left leg, perhaps a shin.
It's really hard to see what happened there. It looked like she was up in the air and got hit with the ball.
Teammates will look on, and she's holding, looks like the ankle. Now the trainer is putting some pressure on that ankle. And Vinty being helped off the field. And we'll see if she's able to come back.
It's never a good sign, though, when they're getting carried off the field. We hope that she's okay. It's really hard to see what happened there.
Strange, we have both number 7s for each team have been carried off the field.
Vinty.
Sasha Vito and Natalie Vinty.
Venti was really starting to give some life to the Dons' offense. She'd made some good moves. She had given them some opportunities to score, and it's really a tough break for them that she got carried off just now.
The side judge getting a little help by that little kid there on the sideline. Not sure exactly what that exchange was, but maybe didn't like what some of the whistles were going against the Lady Dons and wanted to make his piece there. But I believe you're right with Venti. You could see almost some life being pushed into this Lady Dons squad, and we'll see if that's a detriment now.
You have to assume, because she has skills and she has a variety to her game that I think some players lack. She's just she was very smooth out there. She had good ball handling skills as well as a pretty big leg, and that's a tough thing to lose when you need to score. You need all the options that you can get.
Jessica Gaskin with the free kick. Here on the near side, everybody retreats towards the net. Now let's see if the Dons play this one smart. If they want to just go right at the net, right at Kgjs, and they do. They keep it on the ground here on the near side. They want to set something up. Nice little move there. Sets up center pass, cleared away by the Islanders. Number 16, Jasmine Namdar for University of San Diego High School here on the near side. Had a beautiful center pass, but too many Islanders in the way.
Kopp taking her defensive stance out there, looking menacing.
Lady Dons getting the ball in. Ball will roll towards the back line. Will anybody get there? We're going to get a whistle. And I think that penalty is going to go against the Lady Islanders. And so Jessica Gaskin will have the free kick from the far side. And this is a potentially dangerous situation for the Islanders here. Gaskin with a nice accurate leg. Ball goes high into the air, was deflected. Gaskin tries to recover. She does just enough. Referee says nothing going there. Keeps the ball going. Here come the Lady Dons. Kgjs with a dive. Leaves the net wide open there for a time. Another shot towards the net is going to be wide. And the Lady Dons turned away again.
That's got to be disheartening. I mean, you put on a pretty nice look at the goal, and you have a fully extended Jamie Kgjs out there. Looks like we have another injury.
Coronado number 12, Maureen Mulvey. Of course, Maureen, with the only goal scored today,
already had an ankle injury on the season. You have to wonder if that's the same ankle here.
And Connie Martinez out there, and again an ankle injury. And we'll see if Mulvey can return. So a couple of disheartening injuries for each of these squads here in the second half. And we've neared the 60th minute now here. So halfway through this second half. 1-0 the Islanders with the lead. I'm Ken Gonzalez along with Justin Cisco for George Langevin Productions. Here from Patrick Henry High School. The Division III Girls Championship game.
That was just an absolutely solid save by Kgjs. I mean, that was above solid. That was extremely athletic.
Again, the Dons trying to center the ball. And we get a whistle by the referee.
Another player.
Namdar, number 16, on the ground. And we're going to have a penalty kick.
This is the time that we see what these goalies are made of.
Namdar against Kgjs on the penalty. And the Dons aren't going to get a better opportunity to tie this game than they will right now.
Absolutely not. You're going against the Western League Player of the Year in Jamie Kgjs, highly touted, going to the University of Nebraska.
And number 16, Jasmine Namdar, takes a running lead. There's a shot, and it's going to be just to the left of a diving Kgjs, and Namdar has tied the game.
Namdar, that is a great way to go low. A lot of times you think players are going to go top shelf. She goes low and away. Great placement. Kgjs, and the toughest thing for a goalie to do is to be placed in that penalty kick situation. The Dons answer. We're back to 1-1.
So Kgjs, that ball just skipped right between that near post and her outstretched hand, finds the back of the net, and so just like that, those are the little things that keep teams such as these into games that are so close like this. You get a penalty in the box, you get a penalty kick, and not to say that the Dons haven't been trying. They've tried their heart out here. They were just denied a few minutes earlier, but it's almost as though they needed something like that to get on the board.
I really did not see another way that they were going to score other than a deflection of some sort. Kgjs just too tough in front of the net, but the situation with a penalty kick like that, the goalie basically has to pick a direction before the kick even goes. They have to go with it, and if you're the offensive player and you pick the right way, you're going for a goal.
And now with the action moving here to the near side, the Dons with some life. They've tied it at 1. Let's see if they carry that momentum now into the final roughly 20 minutes here of regulation. Alex Vito, number 6 here on the near side.
I have to say for the Dons, although they have been a little reckless with the ball this half, they have stayed more aggressive than they were in the first half. They've continued to put pressure on Kgjs, and by doing that, by staying aggressive, something like a penalty in the box like that will occur, giving you the opportunity to get a good look like that.
Now Coronado trying to plead their case, number 8. Ashley Walsh, referee not listening. And the ball belongs to the Dons. Kelly Dieterman gets the ball into play, cleared away by the Islanders. Islanders number 5 bringing it around, Kelly Walsh. The Dons take it away, though, send the ball back towards the right side of the field where Kgjs is guarding the net. These two teams so evenly matched, it's going to be tough for either of them to put the ball into the net here the remainder of this game. We may be looking at a replay of last year when we went into overtime.
It's good to see Sasha Vito back out there, number 7, for the Islanders.
Again, Connie Martinez working her thing there on the sideline.
I don't know what she is doing, what kind of medicine she has, but it is working. Hopefully Mulvey will get back out there. I know that she's already had injury problems this season, so you'd hate to see her season finish on an injured note.
This late in the season, you just patch people up as best you can, a little gum, a little tape.
It does come down to will a lot of the time that these players want to tough it out, not quit, and basically say this is the last chance I might get to play soccer competitively.
Namdar with a corner of the header. Nice save by the Islanders. Nothing Kgjs could do but watch that ball. And here on the near side, the Islanders, number 5.
Alex Vito, I believe.
Number 6. Vito with the save. Yes, it was. She was in the right place at the right time.
Incredibly heady play. I mean, that's
a game-saving play.
absolutely,
right there.
Absolutely. This game maybe that might have been a nail in the coffin right there with not much time remaining.
Namdar with a beautiful center pass on that corner, or a center kick on the corner. And the shot was just rifled towards the net. Kgjs, I'm not going to say she was out of position, but she wasn't in a position to defend that ball. Luckily, Vito was there. Namdar again with the corner.
When it's executed that well, there's nothing a goalie can do when it swings from one side to the other and then a header to the opposite side of the goal. Not much you can do. Except hope you have a good teammate like Vito.
Again, the Dons attacking. That shot towards the net really didn't have a prayer. Too slow. Kgjs able to haul it in.
This has definitely been a tale of two halves. The first half, the Islanders spent almost the entire half in the Dons area, taking shots on goals, making Medigovic get out of position, move around in the box a lot. And this half, it has been all Dons in the Islanders area, making Kgjs work for everything that she's earned.
Islanders on the far side. Get the ball into play. We're going to get a whistle, you see, going over the top there. Lady Don's player. Not sure the number. Not sure why that ball finds itself rolling over that way, but the Islanders will have the free kick. Looking on number 9, Emily Wynn. Emily with a couple of misfires on those headers in front of the net.
I like that she stayed aggressive thus far, though.
Lady Dons bringing the ball upfield very quickly. Number 14, Jenny Jarvie. Jarvie just weaving her way through the defense. But the last stop there for the Islanders, able to take the ball back the other way.
The Lady Dons had numbers on that. We're pushing it nicely and just got a little ahead of themselves, but definitely are pushing tempo here.
One thing to note as we do come down to the 29th minute here of the second half, so we've reached the 69th minute of the game. We had quite a few injuries, 3 injuries here so far, and so we don't know exactly how much time the referee will add to the clock, but I'm certain that it'll be at least a few minutes. So that'll be something to be aware of as we come down tied late in the game.
It's definitely going to be a significant amount of time with that many injuries, this many stoppages of play.
Kelly Dieterman. The ball on the ground. Now it comes right back to her. Just can't save it from going out.
That was a tough pass to handle for Dieterman. She made a nice throw in. They had a nice little play set up where they were going back to her, but a little too hard, a little off center, back to her, and maybe missed a chance to get a shot on goal there.
And the Lady Dons getting bogged down here on the near side as the ball goes out again. And fatigue might be playing a factor now.
You'd have to assume this has been one of the more physical soccer games we've seen all season. Both teams competing hard, and it wears you down going this hard for this long against people who are evenly matched. You have to basically push your way everywhere you're going to fight through. It takes a toll.
There's Vito, number 6, going to the ball. Sasha Vito, number 7, trying to get a touch. The Lady Dons want to use a short passing game. Namdar has the ball taken away. It goes out, but will belong to the Lady Dons.
Namdar, thus far the hero for the Dons, as she scored on a penalty kick.
Dieterman, again, puts the ball in play. It rolls here in the near side. A lot of holding and grabbing going on there. Finally taking the ball away for Coronado, number 8, Ashley Walsh. No whistle by the referee there.
It looked like a lot of contact, especially on the Islanders' defensive player part.
That could have been key because the Dons would have had that free kick near the net there. And a trip, that's got to be a whistle as the ball goes out across that back line. And I don't think it is. Letting it go. And it will be a goal kick, so no whistle there. Not sure how that happens.
There's a lot of physical play going on right now, and to not have had a whistle, a little bit confusing since they've called this fairly tight thus far. And back-to-back plays where it looked like it could have gone one way or the other, but there was definitely contact. I'm just surprised that they let that one go there.
Kgjs with the goal kick. Again, some contact. And number 2, Courtney Coco Goodson for the Dons, looking at the side judge like, you know, I just got manhandled here and no whistle.
Basically saying, don't you know I'm Coco. I deserve that kind of call.
Ball comes out here on the near side. Off of Dieterman. And the Islanders will put the ball into play. Under 10 minutes here in regulation. But that's unofficial. We don't know how much time, of course, the referee is going to put back onto the clock. But we have now hit the 73rd minute of this match.
Good Poe hustle out there. Not give up the angle. Get back.
Shayla Williams trying to get around Poe. And that ball will be a goal kick for the Islanders as it goes out. Again, the Dons attacking here on the right side of the field. Not allowing the Islanders much, going the other way. And as I say that, the Islanders now bring the ball up across midfield. Number 5, Kelly Walsh. Upfield pass. And I was just about to say nobody there, but streaking across the middle, Callie Caldwell, number 13.
Running into a brick wall that was, you guessed it, Medigovic.
Medigovic comes out. Risky play maybe by Medigovic, because if she was a step too slow, Caldwell could have taken that ball and had an open net.
From what I've seen out of Medigovic today, she does not seem too concerned about taking risks. She has been out in front of the net all day long, throwing herself around. I'd have to say at this point, though, the play is getting so physical and so choppy, it's actually hampering how these girls are competing. I think it would be smart for the refs to take a little bit of control, you know, get this thing back under control a little bit, try to smooth out the game.
Islanders with the ball on the near side. And I think right now, this style of play is going to play into the hands of the Islanders. Because with the momentum, the Dons want to control the ball, which they've done mostly here in the second half. But when you start getting physical like that and the referee has swallowed the whistle, that's going to play into the hands of the team that's on disadvantage right now, and that's definitely the Islanders. Ball rolls over here towards the near corner. Nearly saved from going out by Namdar. Last touched, and we'll have another goal kick for the Islanders. That's really been the story the last few minutes. Dons get the ball down here in this end of the field. They can't control it. Goes out. Goal kick by the Islanders into the middle of the field. They really can't get it up across midfield. We just play it over and over.
Pretty much, I mean, how this game has gone is just a back and forth, rare opportunities here and there, and one team has controlled each half, for the most part, at least tempo-wise. I'd have to wonder where the Dons would be without that penalty kick right now, because it really did not look like they were going to get a true opportunity to score a goal on Kgjs.
Dons putting the ball into play on the far side. Again, the Islanders, though, step right in front of it. Number 2, Ashley Kopp. Sends the ball up across midfield. And I think the Dons have done a good job of really nullifying Ashley Kopp here in the second half. Making things very tough on her.
I wouldn't say she's been a non-factor. She's played tough defense. Her leadership cannot be undervalued. But she has not probably gotten loose the way she's used to getting her team involved.
Free kick now for the Lady Dons. Our dog just a little bit tired there on the sideline.
We figure the camera's heavier than the dog, so he misses it every once in a while. It's acceptable.
Kgjs comes out, makes a stop. She's made a couple here in the second half, but not nearly the workout she got in that first half.
No.
And now the Islanders have to scramble back on defense. Vito. That is.
Had it an R there.
And Vito's going to win that battle. And she'll put the ball into play here on the near side. Header. A lot of bodies flailing out there. Nobody's really controlling the pace. Nobody's controlling the ball.
It looks like the Royal Rumble, WWE style right now. I mean, there is a lot of contact. Player coming in, player going out, bumping, hitting, pushing. But it's all legal right now. So,
Dieterman.
you got to play through it.
Dieterman, nice, strong toss. Centered by the Lady Dons, cleared away by the Islanders. And that could have been dangerous for the Islanders right there. Dieterman has the ball taken away. Rolls across midfield. There's number 20, Alex Sitta. Now ball rolls into the middle. Number 11 making her move, Megan Fogarty. Fogarty, upfield pass. Lady Dons can't control the ball as it heads towards that back line and finally clear it up and away from the net. There's a shot towards the net, high into the air. Goes Kgjs, and the ball just about 6 inches over the top bar.
I think she gets a hand on that if it's lower, though. She was up a ways. Good having a nice, tall goalkeeper like that. Ensure that those high ones are not going to get in.
So the official clock, or the unofficial clock on the field is off now. And the remaining time is in the hands of the referee.
Surprised both teams have kind of gone young here. We see our first look at Leah Hathaway for the Islanders. She is a freshman. And Alex Sitta, a freshman for the Dons, also making an appearance.
Along with Courtney Goodson.
So you would think that both teams would go more to their experienced, senior-laden staff, but I guess these coaches know their personnel a little better than I do.
Well, I think if you're a freshman on a squad that's been to the finals and has won numerous league championships for each of these squads, you probably can play some soccer. There's not much of a... you're not losing much physically there.
True, very true. Yeah, the athleticism, you're gaining some energy, you're gaining some youth, but experience does go a long way in a game like this.
And I wouldn't be surprised if each of these coaches aren't resigned to the fact that this game is going to go to overtime, and perhaps they're giving a little bit of a rest to some of these players.
Excellent point. Excellent point. I think strategy-wise, these coaches have been here before. They've had teams this evenly matched, and they probably realize the chance of this going into the extra frames. Very good.
Header cleared away. Ooh, Kgjs goes up tall. And again, the ball bounces just off that top bar. So very, very close. The Dons nearly come away with a score.
They've had some pretty good opportunities this half. The fact that they've only connected on one is pretty surprising.
Well, Kgjs isn't going to give away any goals, that's for sure back there.
I'd say that their best opportunity off of a play was the one where Vito was there to come up with a save. Which was, I mean, that was Jeter-esque against Oakland A's in the playoffs a couple years ago. I mean, it was a heck of a play out of nowhere, backside.
That ball was just rifled in there. Now the field opening up. The Lady Islanders coming back towards the ball. And they get it in the hands. I thought Kgjs would scoop that up and clear it up towards the other side of the field, but she decides to kick it, and it does, on a misfire, go out here on the near side. So that's a break for the Lady Dons. Throw comes in. Kgjs has to make the stop, and she does. Had her teammate Aaron Buss, number 11 there. Aaron Buss, of course, was also injured earlier in the year. She's made it into this championship game. Now the Lady Dons making their move here on the near side. Losing the ball, though, number 14, Jenny Jarvie. And the ball is out and should belong to the Lady Islanders, and it does.
Lady Dawn's going with a little trickeration there, trying to maybe influence the call of the side judge.
He looks solid. Doesn't look like he's going to be...
he's a pillar of strength
strict.
out there. Pillar of strength.
Ball bounces a couple times. Now it's at midfield. The Islanders veto. Very quickly she moves across the field. And her little touch pass will be taken away by the Lady Dons. And by my estimation, we've already added about a minute and a half in time due to all of those injuries. So we're playing with extra time right here.
Well, this definitely is not going to get settled in regulation, so whenever the ref feels comfortable blowing this one dead, we can move on to extra frame. Regroup, get a rest, get some Gatorade.
Ball comes in. Collision, people pointing at each other like there should have been a penalty. No call by the referee.
At this point, unless you have a weapon on the field, I don't really see how a play is getting blown dead. I mean, I don't even think they swallowed their whistles. They just went to their cars, put them away, said play on.
Vito, number 6, Alex Vito. For the Islanders, the ball goes out. Islanders, actually the Dons pointing it one way, officials pointing it the other.
I'm going to go with the officials on that one.
And now it's the Islanders moving in deep, and they're going to get a last opportunity here to get a shot on goal. Number 8, Ashley Walsh, has nowhere to put the ball, and a throw has to come in, but the Dons immediately send it right back out.
A little confusion by the Islanders right now. They aren't very in sync with one another. Kind of one going one way, one going the other, and the throw-in just not in the same direction, that's for sure.
This ball roll and roll finally taken by number 12, Maureen Mulvey, who's back in the game after that injury.
There's something in the Islanders' water over there that is giving them super strength because
it's
you
island water.
It's the water of the island, man.
Oh, hitting the ground hard there. Number 9, Emily Wynn.
I think it's time for Kopp, the captain here, to impose a will in this overtime.
And there's the whistle. So just like that, we've ended regulation. Tied at 1. It's the Islanders with a goal in the first half, the Dons with a goal in the second half off that penalty kick and the leg of number 16, Jasmine Namdar. So we will take this break, and we will come back with the first overtime in just a second. And we're back for the start of the first 15-minute overtime between the Lady Islanders and the Lady Dons. We played 80 minutes of soccer, Justin, to a 1-1 tie. And pretty much, what do you think? Anything goes here in this overtime?
Well, anything was going in the first 80 minutes, short of armed robbery. So I think that it's going to be a no-holds-barred physical contest that we really didn't expect much else from these teams. They've played each other evenly in the last few years and this year as well. So it's going to come down to who executes in this overtime a little bit better.
And it's the Lady Dons doing something we really haven't seen them do so far. They're spreading the field with a passing game, trying to set something up. They're not just going out and attacking the net. And number 16, Namdar. Namdar has really emerged as a force here in the second half in this first overtime as somebody that the Lady Dons can go to. And as she tries to make her move towards the middle of the field, she's going to be tripped up. And we did get a whistle, and this time it will go against the Lady Islanders. I believe that was number 10, Marissa Nagler, for Coronado, called for that penalty. And Namdar will have the free kick. Emily Wynn looks on, number 9, and maybe Emily will take the kick.
I gotta say, Namdar has really given them some life in the second half, and it appears she's going to continue in the overtime. But she gives them a little something that Venti was giving them, and interchangeable parts is a big part to a winning team.
Another collision right there at midfield, and we are going to get a whistle, and that will go against the Islanders' number 7, Sasha Vito. Don started off slowly, come here towards the near side. Now they go upfield. Win. Nice little move there, gets away from the defender. Now she's got to do it one more time, and she just can't. Number 6, Alex Vito there.
The Vitos are everywhere, I tell you. Like Corleone. Every time I hear that name, that's all I think about. No offense to them.
To them, yes.
A to V. To
So
be
comes in number 3, Rachel, or Kelly Dieterman for the Dons. And she'll do it all over again as it comes out here towards the near side. We've played about 2.5 minutes into this 15-minute overtime. We could play 2 of these 15-minute overtimes and then go to penalty kicks to decide this game.
That would be like an action movie where the bad guy just won't die. It would just continue to go and go and go. It's a test of wills at the end.
Throw comes high into the air, centered nicely. The Islanders doing what they can to clear it away. A shot on goal. It's going to be a misfire. And the Dons could have ended the game right there.
Dodging an absolute bullet right there.
I'm not even sure where Kgjs was in the net there. There was so much activity going on.
Certainly, you can't put that one on her.
No, not at all.
Islanders really need to do a better job of clearing the ball and actually getting some aggression going on the offensive end. They've just been sitting back, allowing the Dons to eat away at their defense and putting Kgjs in some bad positions.
It's almost as though lately when the ball comes down near the net, there's another shot towards the goal. Kgjs has to be right on top of it there, and she is. And the Dons not wasting any time here in this
Absolutely
overtime.
not. They're picking up right where they left off. I have to wonder if maybe the Islanders are mad at Kgjs for something, because they really have not got her back lately. They have left her vulnerable.
Well, certainly not the case, I'm sure. As number 7, Sasha Vito hits the ground, and Ashley Walsh there, number 8 for the Islanders. I think it's just a case of, I believe the Dons may be wearing the Islanders down just a bit.
They do look a step slower. Even in the second half, you could tell that fatigue appeared to play a factor, that the Dons just kept coming and coming, and you have to wonder if maybe that's been the story of their other 2 matchups, that the Dons just have a little more depth and can continue coming at you in waves.
Kgjs goes right at it. Pass just a little bit short of the goal. Series of header. Who's going to come down with control here? Ball still into the air. Dangerously close there. Number 2, Courtney Coco Goodson, to getting a penalty there as she kicked a little bit of a high kick there.
Got to be careful when Coco's out there. She'll mix it up. She'll throw a little elbow here and there, let you know she's home.
And over on the far side, it's the Islanders who will put the ball into play. Number 19, Betsy Perner, seeing her first action here today. Betsy, a junior forward.
I have to assume if you get a nickname like Coco, you're not always going around with good intentions on the soccer field.
You think she's a heady player then out there?
She's a crafty one. As a freshman on a team like this, I don't think she's out there for the fun of the sport. She is mixing it up.
Throw comes in. Islanders want to keep it down on this end, get some pressure. We haven't said the word Medigovic in a while.
I think Medigovic would appreciate it if we said it once in a while, because she is basically over there writing in her journal. She has been bored for quite some time. I think that is a tough part of being a goalie. Is
Lady Dons here moving down the near side. Win. Might have an angle. Nice center pass coming in deep of the Dons. Blocked by Kgjs, and her defense gets back. Number 12, Mulvey, saving the ball and clearing it away. And again, the Islanders dodge a bullet.
I mean, Kgjs is having to put on a clinic at the goal position, which for the University of Nebraska is a good sign, but for the Islanders right now, you don't want to see Kgjs having to dive around and make a miraculous play just to keep you in the game. I think the Islanders are really going to have to dig deep right now, and they're going to have to find that second wind as a team and become more aggressive because they are being worn down and taken out of their style of play.
And in the same breath, though, we have played nearly 7 minutes here of this overtime, and the Dons haven't been able to put the ball into the net. So you could say the Islanders are really where they need to be or where they want to be at this point, but they've got to get something going on offense here. And that ball goes off of Sasha Vito, number 7. And Dieterman will put the ball into play. Dieterman with some strong throw-ins here this afternoon. That one gets into the hands of Kgjs, and again Kgjs has to come out.
Kgjs is tough, man. She's like a landlord. She'll rent the space, but she won't give it up too easily.
And Namdar taking the ball away from Nagler. Doing a good job. Namdar very under the radar here today.
Not backing down an inch. She does not appear to be the biggest player out there, but she certainly gets to where she needs to go all over the field. And a little rough play by Wynn.
Is she going to get whistled for the penalty there? Or does the ball just simply go out of bounds off of the Islanders? Yes, a win.
Wynn got away with a little bit of a, I guess, a liberal foot movement.
That's what happens when you're a senior. You get the calls. Kind of like Karl Malone-ish.
One of those intentional, unintentional maneuvers.
Islanders, again, doing what they can to clear the ball. But all they're able to do is clear it over here towards the near side. They can't actually control the ball.
They haven't controlled the ball since about probably the 60th minute in this game. They have been on their heels before Namdar even scored and continue to be.
Dieterman, there's a nice header. Islanders, again, dodging a bullet right there. And the ball goes out. We're going to have a corner kick for the Lady Dons.
Comes down to how many times can you allow for an opportunity like that before it comes in and bites you.
If the Islanders did not have the Kgjs in front of the net, this game might have been over a long time ago. Ball comes out just a bit. Islanders trying to clear everybody out away from the net. Kgjs has to come in and make another save. And now with a nice, high, strong kick across midfield. Islanders desperately need to control the ball and at least keep it here on this end of the field for a few minutes. Give their keeper, the defenders, a little chance to regroup. Kendall Caldwell, number 15.
I don't think the Islanders are desperate by any means, but they're clutching for anything right now, and they're barely hanging on. I mean, they have given up some good looks to the Dons this half or this overtime already, and
Vito will take a shot to the net, and it's going to be just wide. Maybe ill-advised.
But I honestly believe they need to do that right now. They need to try to turn the momentum around because they aren't taking shots on goal. They aren't even putting any pressure on the Dons. They're just barely getting the ball out of their zone and allowing for the Dons to regroup and come at them in waves again. They need to kind of put the pressure on. Try to keep it on their end of the field for a little while.
Ball comes across midfield. Lady Dons, another high kick there by the Islanders. Maybe number 11, Aaron Buss. No whistle. Namdar controls the ball here on the near side. Now she wants to move into the middle of the field. Little touch pass here to the sideline. Wynn loses her footing, has the ball taken away, and the Islanders clear the ball up towards midfield. Vito tries to make her move, but the ball taken by Dieterman and off of Dieterman's leg, and so the Islanders will have it here on the near side.
Much like the Dons changed the momentum of this game, they actually forced their will. They just became more aggressive, kicked the ball, had long kicks, but just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and tried to keep it in the zone of the Islanders. And you have to assume that the Islanders are eventually going to kind of make that decision as well.
Wynn with a long crossfield pass. She wanted to center it. She had her teammate Courtney Goodson, number 2 there, as well as number 13, Molly O'Toole. Molly O'Toole now in the game, a defender, senior for this Lady Dons team.
I have to get a little worried about the Islanders, though. You see some of their players right now with the hands on the hips, bent over, looking like they're gasping for air. Dons don't look tired at all.
Well, the Dons have made some substitutions. They've got a lot of some players who haven't played yet, like the O'Tooles and some of the younger underclassmen. So they got some fresh legs in there. And they may just have a deeper bench than this Islanders squad.
Well, that appears to be the case right now. The Islanders just cannot seem to get it going. Running on empty.
Yet they're still tied here in the first half, or the first overtime.
Which is definitely a big point you cannot overlook. That they are still playing, that they do still have a chance, and you never know in sports. I mean, momentum's a funny thing.
Well, up until Namdar on the penalty kick scored that goal, it was the Islanders who basically had all the momentum in this game, and something just as quickly as that turns the tide.
Absolutely, and it doesn't even necessarily take a goal. It takes somebody making one of those little plays, one of those little hustle plays that kind of gets everybody's adrenaline going, getting them back on the same page, and it just seems that, to use a big word here, that they're a little discombobulated on the Islanders' side. Thank you, Webster's Dictionary, for the help with that.
It is a big word.
I am on the letter D's this week, so you may hear another big word yet, depending on how long this game goes on for.
And if they do, those would be the first 2 big words I've ever heard you utter.
I usually like to keep it down to 1 syllable.
Yeah. Action now getting bogged down in the middle of the field, kind of one touch and back and forth for each of these teams. And now it's the Islanders trying to break through the defense. They move into the middle of the field. Nice little touch pass. I like that. Left-footed kick on the ground. Islanders had the right idea there.
I like what I'm seeing, though. I mean, that's a good sign. That's a positive sign.
Islanders working their way in towards the net, making Medigovic work. And that ball will roll untouched here on the sideline and should belong to the Lady Dons. And now they're giving it to the Islanders, I'm sorry.
And I know we've talked about Kgjs all game, how important she is to the Islanders. But not to be overlooked, Medigovic has outplayed her in the games that they've played against each other. And Medigovic is a very, very solid goalie.
Medigovic only allowed the 1 goal during the regular season to this Islanders team.
Exactly. And I would not be surprised if Medigovic would be going to a school next year after her senior season. She is only a junior. And I honestly believe, I mean, she is a very, very solid goalie who's active, who's tough, that I'd put her up against anybody because the Dons are in the finals again.
And Ashley Kopp, the team captain for Coronado, will take this direct free kick. She's got that wall of defense there, and it is going to deflect the ball. So the Lady Dons doing what they needed to do right there. Ball goes out here on the near side. Just the final seconds here of this overtime. And I'm not even sure we're going to get the ball back into play. You see the referee looking at his watches on each wrist. He's got a couple of them there.
He's a 2-watch kind of guy. I don't trust guys like that, but...
And now the boys' Don squad getting ready for their championship game, as they will play right after this one. Collision there. And there is the whistle. And that will signal the end of this first overtime. Again, nobody has scored. We will play the second 15-minute overtime coming up here after a 3-minute break. And we'll go into that tied 1-1. We'll be right back. Ken Gonzalez and Justin Cisco back here for the start of the second overtime. And Justin, we just saw the Lady Dons there in a huddle getting some last-minute instruction by their head coach. And this really has been their game to put away.
Absolutely. They've had the opportunities a lot more than the Islanders. And after seeing them do a little celebratory high-five, handshake, kick, shake, shake, you got to assume they have momentum going into this overtime.
Lady Dons controlling it in their own backfield. Shayla Williams, number 5, looks downfield, and now the Dons going to their crossfield passing. And that might have been a note by their head coach as the Islanders now move in deep. They want to take an angle towards the net. There's a shot towards the goal. Well wide. Hits the back net on the other side. But it looks as though maybe the Dons feel that they've tired the Islanders down enough to where they can get away with some long passes now.
I would see that. I would be thinking the same thing if I were the Dons. They do not look like a tired bunch. They look like a team that could go for another 80 minutes. They definitely seem like they have worn down the Islanders. The Islanders are hanging on just on pure heart and hustle right now, but in terms of being effective, I would have to give the edge to the Dons right now.
Ball is out here on the near side, and the Islanders. So it's the Islanders who've come out here in the second overtime with a little bit of intensity.
You never know. Maybe they were just playing possum these last...
kind of like a Muhammad Ali in rounds 8 through 10.
Just rope a dope. Lean against the rope, let your opponent wear themselves out, and then throw some haymakers at the end. Again, our dog. We're feeding our dog right now, so...
The head cam. And number 16, Colleen Burns, gets the ball in a play to Vito. Vito with a center pass. Action in front of the net. Cleared away by the Lady Dons. Another shot towards the net. Oh, it'll hit the bar. Again, the Islanders attack. And again, the defense by the Lady Dons. And Jill Medigovic send them back the other way. I'm not sure how the Islanders didn't score.
It was a testament to Medigovic. She said, "I don't think so. You're not scoring on me." And frankly...
Ball hits that bar. Could have gone either way. It could have skipped right in. It decided to go out. Islanders, though, still with the ball on the far side. And the tides have turned. Now the Islanders, you have to say, have the momentum here in this game.
Absolutely, and all it takes is just being aggressive, turning the tides, and finding that second wind.
High into the air. Islanders, ooh, a bit of a high kick there. Could have been dangerous. Another shot towards the net, and that's going to be wide and go out across that back line. And so finally, a goal kick, and let's see if the Lady Dons can calm things down here and get the ball away from the net.
Sports are a funny thing because you can never tell when the psyche of a team is going to switch on, when the other team's going to kind of all of a sudden hesitate and leave the door open, and you do not know, and you have to continue to play hard and play through anything that happens in order to get those opportunities.
Ball at midfield. And now here come the Lady Dons streaking down the middle. Too many green jerseys, though, as the Islanders get back on defense, and number 14, Jenny Jarvie, is turned away. But the Lady Dons recover. They come back to the ball. They keep it. And they'll have it here on the near side.
Tell you what, Emily Wynn is a tough soccer player. She's got some solid moves, and she's physical out there. Tell her prom date to be careful.
Kelly Dieterman. Throw comes in. Very long. Centered beautifully high into the air. It comes down. Who's going to take control? A little bit of a push there. As the Islanders just use their physical prowess there to push the ball away from the net. Number 11 for the Lady Dons, Megan Fogarty, really took the brunt of that.
Team captain selling out for her team right now.
Vito now wants to attack. There's a shot towards the net, right into the hands of Medigovic, and another great save.
You're going to have to wake up a little earlier in the morning to get that one by Medigovic.
Went right into her hands. Those are so dangerous. You know, you catch them above your head. The ball can just squeak right through.
Not with Jill Glue Medigovic. Those hands are sticky.
Ball now down the near side. Now it's centered. Lady Dons, can they outrun the defense of the Islanders?
You don't really need to outrun anybody when you just run over the top of them.
Mulvey hits the ground. Don still with the ball, but that pass just a little bit long. And another collision and another couple of injured players here on the near side.
There's some sportsmanship being shown over there. Nice. It's what soccer's all about. Camaraderie. Team play.
Well, we'll have a free kick for the Islanders. And Jamie Kgjs with an opportunity to show off that very strong right leg. Nice kick, comes down across midfield, but the Lady Dons able to take it away. Mulvey just kind of nonchalantly gets that ball back up across midfield.
She does make it look easy, doesn't she?
Now the Islanders want to attack. Ball on the ground, one bounce. Now it rolls over to the far side. They're still battling for control of the ball. Islanders with the center pass. Islanders impressive here with their passing game. Trying to get around the defense. Vito doing a really good job. She jumps right on the ball. She's pushed. The Dons want a handball. Obviously, the Islanders want to push from behind. I think the Islanders have a better case here. Quite frankly.
She definitely got pushed, but she went with
She did kind of go for the ball there. But it definitely is a penalty against the Lady Dons.
It appeared that there was a fumble on the ground and
Yeah,
that she
she
was
was kinda
scooping it up.
Scooped it up there.
She was taking her ball and going home. She had seen enough of that action.
Ashley Kopp for the Lady Islanders with the free kick. Lofts it high into the air. Centered in front of the net, cleared away by the Dons. Number 20, Alex Sitta, the freshman, showing some grit there. And the ball out on the far side.
Being heady.
We have now entered the 23rd minute of overtime. We have now played 103 minutes into this match. 1-1 tie.
Neither team is letting down. You have to assume that these teams are just, there's no quit in either of them, and that they both fully expect to win this game, and neither are going home wanting to be a loser.
Ooh, a misfire there on the kick. Islanders have to come back to the ball. They're able to save it, but they lose about 30 yards of the field. And the ball is out on the far side. Belongs to Green. Vito there, number 6, Alex Vito, will put the ball in. Marissa Nagler, number 10, looks on for Coronado. Rachel Poe, number 3. Kopp will get the whistle right there, a little push. And the Lady Dons with the ball.
If Poe still got some of that good karma left after she won the game against Valhalla, you might want to put the magic in her foot. Let her kick it around a little bit.
I think the Dons have done a pretty good job here of covering Kopp and Poe.
They've actually done a pretty good job of weathering that attack by the Islanders. That was pretty fervent there in the middle of this overtime session.
Ball comes in near the net. And a seemingly situation underhand for the Lady Dons could have turned tragic for him there. Alex Sitta with the goal kick. As Jill Medigovich looks on.
I would have to say, I mean, is there really... I mean, I don't know if I expected anything different than the possibility of a penalty kick to win the game. You know, goalie upon goalie here.
Ball on the far side. Can it be safe from going out? Yes, it is. Number 5 for Coronado, Kelly Walsh. She's just willing her way upfield, basically. Finally out of control, loses the ball. Mulvey. And now the Lady Dons want to attack. Nice stop and change of direction. Center pass just a little bit off the mark. And cleared away by the Islanders. Goes out on the far side and will belong to the Lady Dons.
I think soccer, more than any sport, it's so difficult as the game goes on to get a score. People wear down, they get tired. It's not like a basketball game where if you're in the second overtime, you have one player who can take over and just continue. You can't just jump on their back. I mean, soccer, there's so many players on the field. It's such a long field that you need a lot of teamwork in order to execute. And if you have a tired team, it is hard to score.
Yeah, looks like we had an injured player for the Islanders. And may have just had a substitute streak across the field, but the Lady Dons get the ball back into play.
Either that or she is heading home for lunch.
Oh, nice takeaway by the Islanders. And that's what the Islanders need to do. They need to get physical here. If they can't outrun this Dons team, they've got to bog them down, get in front of them. Marissa Nagler, number 10, over here in the far corner. Now coming into the middle again. Center pass cleared away. And we will now have a corner kick for the Islanders. Number 7, Sasha Vito, moving into that corner. So the Islanders now with an opportunity to put this game away.
Vito going to attempt to connect on her two-way with somebody here.
We
Dial
near
it
the
up.
108th minute now of this match, tied at 1. Couldn't ask for anything out of a championship match, anything better than this. Vito's kick, centered, high into the air, cleared away by the Dons. Now it rolls to the near side and out, and the Islanders will have it again.
Like Molly O'Toole there, tried to get possession and then cleared it a little bit. Wins have definitely picked up here, which I can't imagine help the scoring opportunities for either team.
Colleen Burns gets the ball into play, and just like that, on the header it goes out. Did it go out across the back line or here on the near side? And it just went out here on the near side, so no corner kick for the Islanders. Or is it? There seems to be some confusion. The side judge is talking to the referee. Showing off some fancy footwork there, side judge here.
He's not just a side judge. He is a performer as well, a foot juggler of sorts. I'm sure he likes to hacky sack in his free time.
And let's see if Coronado, it isn't a corner kick. They will just have the throw in here from the near side.
Or she's going to run the 100 meters, one of the two.
Number 9, Megan Mishovich, centered. Again, Islanders want to get an opportunity to the net, left-footed kick. They really just took what they could get right there.
She didn't get a lot on that one, but with Kgjs, you're going to have to put on a heck of a shot to get it by her. She's not going to
something
let
that's slow. There's no way.
It's pretty much futile if it's going to be that slow. You're going to need to put a little mustard on the hot dog to get it by her.
Collision and a whistle. Another player writhing in pain on the ground here today. Number 15 for Coronado, Kendall Caldwell, the junior defender. And Coronado will have the ball on the free kick. Jamie Kgjs.
I almost think that Kgjs would like this to come down to a penalty kick situation just to affirm her legacy here.
Well, I'm not sure her team really has that in mind. Or the coaching staff, but at this point, we may come down to that as we have neared maybe about 5 minutes to go here in this overtime.
I think Miles Ramirez would love to go out seeing Jamie Kgjs pretty much shut down the Dons, lead his team to another CIF championship.
Well, Don Lee on the other side probably figures something else there.
Don Lee has definitely experienced quite a bit of success as the Dons head coach.
Kgjs right down the middle of the field, again cleared away by the Dons. Another collision here. No whistle, and we do get a whistle, and that will go against the Islanders. That was just too vicious of an attack not to get a whistle.
It was like when Bears attack. I mean, that was... You're going to get that one on tape and rewind that one. I mean, I'm just glad that girl is all in one piece still.
And we did get the whistle. Lady Dons. One of these teams will have a final opportunity here in overtime. And the ball rolls here towards the near side. Lady Dons will use the field. Now they want to move into the middle, but the Lady Islanders clear it away, and the ball will roll and roll and roll here across midfield. Stays in bounds. Sitta tries for the center pass, but the Lady Islanders are there. Headers back and forth. Somebody's got to come down with the ball. Finally, for the Lady Dons, number 14 wanted to make a move, Jenny Jarvie.
Coco attempted to control that with the head just a moment ago.
Ball high into the air. Lady Islanders again getting back, clearing it away. The ball will roll to the far side. Doesn't quite go out. Saved from going out. That was number 3, Dieterman. Ooh, could have been a scary collision there again. Just powering her way through the defenders. She wants a grab on the shirt. She's not going to get it. Was that 9 win?
That was 8. Emily Lingball.
Not sure exactly what's going on. And the ball will be put into play here as it was penalty against the Islanders. And a free kick here for...
This, if I'm the Dons, this is who I want to have the ball. Namdar has played extremely well and is making things happen. She's extremely crafty with the ball. And obviously,
Namdar lofts the ball in front of the net. Can the Dons get a shot with the header? No, it's going to be wide. Kgjs came out.
It looked like Kgjs got a hand on that ball, but apparently she did not.
And no argument by the Lady Dons, so the goal kick comes back the other way now. And that's the whistle, and that's the end of the second overtime period.
You can't
Can
ask
you
for-
believe what is going on here?
Dons had a great look at it at the end. That is for sure. They had a great chance with a header.
And we just got word here from the booth that we will not be going to overtime here or penalty kicks, and that is the end of the second overtime. And so this 2005 championship match will end in a tie. The Coronado Islanders and the University of San Diego High School Dons play to a tie. We will not have penalty kicks. They just play 2 overtimes, and that's it. So Ken Gonzalez and Justin Cisco for George Langevin Productions bringing you an exciting match that sees the final score end in a tie. And so these two teams played their hearts out here today. And it is fitting that they go down as co-champions. So co-champions of the 2005 CIF San Diego Section Girls Soccer, Coronado Islanders, and the University of San Diego High School Dons. Again, signing off. Hope you enjoyed the game. And until we see you again next time, be safe, everybody.
Number 3, Kelly Dieterman.
newspapers.
Freshman, number 4, Katie Farrar. Number 13, Callie Caldwell. Number 14, Greer Cobles. Number 16, Colleen Burns. Number 18, Leah Hathaway. And number 19, Rosie Harris. For the sophomores, number 5, Kelly Walsh. The Islander juniors this year, number 7, Sasha Vito. Number 9, Megan Moshevik. Number 10, Marissa Nagler. Number 15, Kendall Caldwell. And for this year's seniors, number 1, Jamie Kgjs. Number 2, and the captain this year, Ashley Kopp. Number 3, Rachel Poe. Number 6, Alex Vito. Number 8, Ashley Walsh. Number 11, Erin Buss. Number 12, Maureen Mulvey. And number 17, Vanessa De La Garza. And the Lady Islanders are again coached by Miles Ramirez, assisted by Rich Kgjs. Coronado High School Lady Islanders, CIF Cup Champions, Division 3, 2005. The Sportsmanship Award goes to number 7, Sasha Vito.